Let's learn about grains. Here's a field of wheat growing. Grains can be a great source of carbohydrates, fiber, vitamins, and minerals, but the nutritional value definitely depends on the type of grain. Here are some examples of grain-based products. Cereals, tortillas, breads, pasta, and ramen. All are made from grains, but what kind of grains? Let's take a look at what a grain looks like close up. And let's begin with a whole grain, because when grains are grown, this is what they are, whole. They still have all of their parts. A grain seed or kernel has three main parts, the bran, the germ, and the endosperm. We can eat all of these parts. The outer layer is the bran layer. It is thick with fiber, vitamins, and minerals. The little bean-looking shape, the germ, is nutrient-rich. This is where a large portion of vitamins, minerals, and good-for-us fats can be found. The biggest section of the grain is called the endosperm, and this is the part that gives us energy. It is full of carbohydrates and some proteins. Now, if you look at the image of a refined grain, you can see it looks different. By definition, to refine means to remove parts in processing. In order to make a refined grain, a whole grain has its germ and bran parts removed, leaving behind only the endosperm. And this means foods with refined grains offer very little vitamins, minerals, and fiber. You might be wondering why foods are purposely made with refined grains if they don't have a lot of nutrients to offer, and that's a really great question. Many grain products are made with refined grains because they don't go bad as fast, and they are often softer in texture. Now there is one more type of grain to talk about, and that is an enriched grain. Enrich means to make better. Enriched grains were made because there have been times in our country's history when people weren't getting the nutrients they needed. The decision was made to enrich grains with additional nutrients by adding vitamins and minerals back into the grains. Enriched grain products are a good choice, but whole grains are even better. So how can we tell which kinds of grain products we are eating? Some products are given a stamp if they include some whole grains, like the top one. Some products receive the 50% or more stamp if at least 50% of the grain in the product is whole. And some products earn the 100% stamp if all of the grain in the food is whole grain. Another way to check if a product is whole grain is by looking at the ingredients. If the ingredients list whole grain as the first ingredient, the product is whole grain rich. If the ingredients list whole grains as the second or third ingredient, whole grains are in the food, but we can't really know how much. And that about covers the differences in grains. Talk to you again soon.